What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Jeremy and Trang's Spectacular Podcast. I am your host, Trang. Yes, it's been 2 weeks since we dropped an episode. Obviously, I think the last episode you guys saw us watch the Nationals, the last game of the Nationals live, and it did not go so well. Obviously, we didn't think that we were going to do another episode after that because we were sick of the Padres. But you also saw Jeremy throw a tantrum. And speaking of Jeremy, I'm supposed to do this intro, he said, but I hope he's just not out there doing something weird. Um, oh my God. God, of course. Oh God. Of course, this is what you're gonna start the intro with. So please tell us what's going on.
What up, Trang?
Okay.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of the Pentacular Podcast. We're recording this on Wednesday. Tomorrow is Comic-Con in San Diego. I figured I'd do our fans a service and show them my outfit for tomorrow. I'm going to be Weird Al. I've had to explain that a couple times to people who have seen my costume. So now my anxiety is increasing every time I put this on. I have to explain it. So hopefully the weird people at the events get it.
Okay, but I also, after this episode, if you guys watch this, please leave a comment and tell us if you know what Jeremy is, this little creation that he's
Can
created.
you
So
tell what I am?
I
That's
can
basically
because I think
okay.
I'm old enough to, but let's see what everybody else notices that. Okay, but
We'll
what else
see.
is going on with you?
Thank you for that lovely intro, Train. Yeah, so what's going on with me? Nothing too much. We wrapped up our series with the Marlins earlier today. We can dive into that a little bit more in a minute. But personal wise, yeah, just gearing up for a busy weekend. Kids always have something going on. We're going to Comic-Con Thursday and Sunday, so there'll be probably some opportunities for content this weekend. So stay tuned for that. I know you guys love our content. So, Trang, how about you? What's
Nothing. I think the funny part is I think I'm just tweeting more about football lately. I think everybody
Yes.
can start seeing that because we are in training camp season right now, so that's going on, and obviously preseason starting around the corner. And obviously, there's only what, like 7 more Sundays, I think, left until football. So that's
Preseason
exciting.
starts like next week, doesn't it?
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, it's going quick. So let's say about that. And obviously, the Chargers are in town at USD
Yeah.
training there. Any thoughts on that? Or are we gonna get canceled after this?
Not a ton of thoughts. It's this last week from the Chargers has been a very organized, intentional campaign to appeal to some of the jilted former fans. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but like a week ago, they announced they're bringing back the Navy 90s San Diego
Yeah.
Superchargers uniforms,
Yeah.
which look awesome in an
Yeah.
updated way. I don't like giving them any credit for anything, but it looks pretty sweet. And it's kind of hilarious because I think when those were the primary uniforms for a long time, people were begging for the powder blues to come back.
Yeah.
And now the powder blues are back, and everyone's like, "Oh man, those navies were awesome." So, these nostalgia is a powerful thing. But those look cool. And then right after that, they announced the Philip Rivers signing a
Retirement.
1-day contract and him officially retiring as a Charger, trying to tug on the heartstrings of those San Diego fans. Yeah, I tweeted about it. This could have been a really cool day for San Diego, but me personally, it's just kind of like a whatever kind of thing, which is a shame because he's potentially a top five San Diego athlete of all time.
Iconic. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a bummer. And now doing the practices in San Diego, not a ton of feelings overall, but it's just funny to see them, you know, kind of crawl back and be like, "Hey, are you guys still mad at us? Do you want to be friends with us again?"
Yeah.
And they're acting all sweet with the city, but I think after this practice today, they're going to go back up north and probably not mention us again. So it's not tempting for me. I think other people have said, oh, it's tempting to see them come back and be here, but to me, it's a whole lot
Yeah.
of nothing. So
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Your previous head coach, Pete Carroll,
Mhm.
is now with the Raiders. I thought he like retired and was done coaching. Do you feel like he left under less than great circumstances, or or is it all good with the Seahawks and Pete Carroll, in your opinion?
I think it just, I think it was, well, I don't think there was like any bad blood or anything. It looked like it went out smooth because I think it was already known that he was just gonna, his time is done with the
Mm,
Seahawks, you know? Like, I
yeah.
think it was like a smooth transition. He knew what he was doing. He ended up just being like a professor at USC, right? Because he was retiring. So I think everything was smooth. I think he's still, I think, one of those, like Bill Belichick, they still want to coach. They can't give that up.
Mhm.
And obviously, Raiders was the team to want him. And it's funny because I'm seeing these acquisitions and it's like former Seahawks that are just going over to the Raiders to join Pete
Mm,
Carroll, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't think there's any bad blood or anything. I think it's just obviously they wanted to turn a new chapter, a new leaf,
yes.
which is fine. But yeah, but going back to the Chargers thing, I
Mhm.
honestly think the big thing is too, like Jim Harbaugh is, he's connected to a USD, and I think that's a
Yeah.
big thing. I'm gonna get like there's like a tomato take here, but I there's like a soft spot in me that feels bad that the players get shit on for what
Right.
ownership has done, Like I think just because I'm a football fan, like I admire obviously Justin Herbert's game, right? But people shit on him or don't care about him because he's from San because like this whole Chargers San Diego connection. It's like it has nothing to do with that. These players have nothing to do with that. It's not like they went up to
Sure.
ownership and be like, we want to move out. We want to move out of San Diego. It's like they have nothing to do with that, which
Right.
sucks. But I also get like the negativity around it. But I don't know. There's a soft spot in me that feels bad. So when I feel like I see them here and they're just going around San Diego having a time, it's like, damn, they probably get shit on. They had nothing to do with this whole ownership
Yeah.
situation. So that makes me feel bad. But
I think if you ask Justin Herbert where he'd want to play, given if there was like two similar stadiums in San Diego and LA, and he
yeah,
had like a choice of where to play, I would like to think he would pick San Diego. I think
yeah.
he would, he knows that that's where the history is, that's where the majority of the fans would be.
Hmm.
Um, less competition for support. And I just, yeah, you can't really put any blame on the players. I will say when they were leaving in that 2016, 2015 era, like
Hmm.
it was hard to believe how flippant and just uninterested some of those players were in trying to act like they wanted to stay or
Hmm.
you know, I think Keenan Allen and Melvin Ingram both tweeted about how kind of disappointed they were when they had to play in San Diego in 2016 after their initiative to move in 2015 failed. They were all like, you guys better fill up the stadium if we're going to be here for another year. I don't want to hear anyone complaining about anything. Just very kind of like antagonistic. So I think that really
Yeah,
soured a lot of fans, especially before a vote to keep them here. That certainly
yeah,
didn't help, I don't think.
yeah,
But nowadays, I mean, I think now that let's say some of those players are in LA, the grass isn't always greener. You know what I mean? They might have realized like, oh, maybe it was better to have our own stadium in our own city. I'm sure LA has lots of perks, and obviously their marketing is way better than it ever was, and they've done certain things super well. But I think if you ask most players, they would jump at the chance to come back. I don't think
yeah,
that's a reality, but yeah, they're just there to play a game. I don't know if they have the ties to certain communities that we have. So yeah, it's not their fault, but I
yeah.
don't know.
I know. Like, I think one of the players actually said it too, and I feel there was a glimpse or like there was like a little light where I'm like, oh, maybe there's a possibility that they could come back to San Diego. Obviously we have land here where they could build another stadium and stuff
Mhm.
like that. But right when I saw that they just, I think, upgraded or built another facility in LA, I was like, okay,
Yeah,
well, they've
that's
settled,
that's
you
the big
know?
thing. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's
yeah,
just
they're building something big in Chula Vista, some sort of big
sports complex or
sports
something, or sports,
complex. Yeah,
or yeah, yeah,
yeah.
I've heard that.
I don't know what's going to be involved initially, but I see some people be like, oh, they could build an NFL stadium there, and it's like I wouldn't get your hopes up.
Yeah, I mean that would be nice. Like that's the only reason why is like I would love obviously a football team in San Diego, right? And I think I've
Mhm.
said this before. We would have treated Justin Herbert like we do with Tatis and Machado and all that. Like, and
Right.
even the with the new like San Diego FC and stuff like that. Look how the
Mhm.
city just like supports and like the wave and stuff like that. I feel like it would
Yeah.
have been the same thing, and I feel like because the city's growing in sports, and I would love to see that, but that's never gonna happen. It doesn't seem like.
Instead, all we've got is the Padres.
Yeah. But what I would want to come back is the home run derby.
Ooh,
I
nice segue.
know, which let's talk about that. Let's get into that since we had a week off from that. What'd you think of it?
It's a fun event that could be a lot better, in my opinion. It's missing a certain type of aura that it had in those late 90s, kind of early 2000s, the steroid era.
Yeah.
Um, Not as much just the players, but also the players. I mean, look who was in the home run derby back then. The Ken Griffey's, the McGuire's, the Sosas.
Hmm.
Um, and then a little later on, guys like uh, the Rangers player, I'm blanking on his name, Josh Hamilton. Um, they
Oh,
have
totally forgot Josh Houghton.
these huge performances.
Yeah.
And now it's like we got Jazz Chisholm in the home run derby. Like
Okay. Yeah.
he's a cool player, good player, but I just don't
Yeah.
know how that helps baseball look good to have a player go out
Yeah.
and do what he did. It's a fun event. I think I talked about this last episode. It's just there's an element missing where there just needs to be more of a gimmick. There needs
Hmm.
to be more silliness. If there's a way for it to take itself more less seriously, and more like what it was following the All-Star game, I think taking what that was, that is the future of that whole the All-Star break, All-Star
Hmm.
game,
Yeah.
the home run derby, everything surrounding it. Like that is the door opening for something way cooler.
Yeah.
What did you think? What are your thoughts?
I feel the exact same way.
Yeah.
I thought like the scheduling was very weird coming into the All-Star break or, festivities too. I know like the Futures game was on a Saturday while the actual regular season slate was still going on. No one was
Mhm.
really focused on that. And then I think Sunday was like the draft, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then no one was focused on that because it was in
Right.
between. It was like in middle of games too. And then obviously I think Monday was the Derby.
The celebrity softball game is on Monday too, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, or something like that.
I feel like you can only watch clips of that on social media.
Yeah, I that's why I was like I
I would
don't
watch
know,
that.
but it's like no, it's the celebrities we don't even care for nowadays. Like
Right.
I know, and I know nowadays it's everybody that's an influencer,
Hmm.
right? And we don't know every time they drop the list, we're just like, who's that? I don't know, we're
Yeah.
just getting older or what it is, but like people we just don't really care about, or like
Right.
what it's not attractive, I guess, or not,
Hmm.
yeah, that list isn't doesn't really oh, I don't really want to watch that, honestly. If
Yeah.
it's like but yeah, that's just like things that I've like keep missing. And I don't think like even the red carpet this year wasn't great. And I feel like
Mm.
broadcasting is a big yikes for me. And
Yeah.
I think, like you said, I think they try to make it more like, I don't know, like exciting or draw people in with Pat McAfee, whatever, but that did not
Hmm.
work out. Like he was just more annoying. Like I said, he was just like a frat boy version of DJ Khaled. Like it was just,
Right.
it like just broadcasting was bad. Like I don't, and I know we've touched on this last episode, but I think they just need to, I don't know, they need to do something.
Yeah.
Like I said, I love the NBA, like All-Star break. Like I wish it,
Hmm.
and I feel like MLB is growing so much not to be able to do that, because people
Yeah.
are starting to know these players now, but even from other fan base or fan of other leagues, but they're not doing anything to sell it.
Yeah. I think I like certain aspects of Pat McAfee, but he's not a baseball guy. Yeah,
No.
he tries to incorporate it into his show, but if you ever listen to him talk about it for more than a few minutes, like he's very obviously not super in tune with the
Yeah.
sport. So to have him involved in any more of a capacity than just a guest appearance, I think is kind of a mistake. But he has clout, and that's probably just what they're going for.
Yeah.
It's just to bring him in and to get some of that sweet McAfee clout. Um, and then go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say because these people don't already know baseball, like if we're already on that road, like since the NBA, like the TNT guys that, with Shaq and all of them.
Yes,
And if
yes,
they're moving over to ESPN, I would rather have them not know baseball and say something because I feel like that would be more fun, like
exactly.
if we're heading that way. So, but who knows? What were you gonna say though?
Oh, I think I was just going to bring up the All-Star game itself and
Okay.
how I don't think it was overly exciting. We had a couple players. I think every Padre that had an appearance in the All-Star game did poorly. I
Sucked.
think
Yeah.
Tatis had a walk and stolen base, and that was probably the highlight.
Yeah.
Almost every reliever we had gave up a run.
Yeah.
So not the greatest showing for the Padres, but I think the most interesting part of that whole those was the home run contest at the end of the game.
Yeah.
That would have been such a bummer if it didn't end in a tie, because I think once it looked like it might end in a tie, everyone was talking about like, oh, we might get this home run
Yeah.
contest.
Something.
And if
Yeah.
that didn't happen, that would have been a bummer. And
Real
that was
quick.
like, yeah,
Hold on,
go
real
ahead.
quick. I just remember when that happened. I think you and I both tweeted at the same time. We were like, "This is woke nonsense," and then everybody was just like, "You guys are tweeting." They were like, "Yeah," but it's just like I'm down for it because it sounds
I
interesting,
was
and it
yeah,
was.
it was great. Something about like having like a draft and then like immediately seeing the results of it, like I don't know, that was really I don't think there's been anything like that in baseball that I've seen. Um, I don't know what went into the decisions for some of the players that were picked. Obviously, Schwarber's an easy one. I didn't understand some of the other guys that were picked, but um,
Oh, there was that tweet that said a lot of the guys after they had their like turn on the game, they all
mm,
left with their family.
that's right.
So they got
That's
a head
right.
start on, their all-star break. And
That's
yeah,
right.
that's
So
why.
that's why like probably Tatis wasn't out celebrating. It was like
Yeah.
Suarez was our representative. But yeah, it was a really cool idea, and I just wonder if that is the start of something more. I don't know what they could go into. I don't know what more they could do, but like that is the vibe I think
Yeah.
that they need to expand upon.
Yeah. And I agree. It's just weird because I know we said like there's guys during the Derby that were just like about, but like a lot of guys like were surprising. Like we know like Brett Rooker and stuff like that can hit
Mhm.
homers. So O'Neal Cruz, but O'Neal Cruz was hitting missiles. That was so
Yeah.
fun to watch. Rooker was just, let's talk about like the decimal situation. Like I never knew that existed. Like I
Oh
would be
yeah.
so livid.
That's
Like
hilarious.
livid.
That would have been cool. They should have taken that away and just had them tie and then found a creative way to have a tiebreaker.
Yeah. You see, like something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And going back to what the home run derby used to be with the 10 outs instead of the time limit, like
Mhm.
there's a lot more time to kind of like appreciate the moon shots.
Yeah.
Um, whereas like now it's like hit as many as you can and you don't really have time to appreciate one that goes almost 500 feet.
Yeah.
So it's just different. It's more of like an endurance activity than like a strength or like you know, a strength one. So
Yeah.
we'll see. It's always fun, but then those 2 days seem to drag on forever, and then baseball returns.
Yeah. The funny,
Well,
I was like,
what? Go ahead.
I know, I was just gonna say, like, the way our Padres showed up to All-Star game, it was just like, no, it's it. There was like a second where I'm just like, this is why people hate us.
Yeah. You know,
Like
I've
the,
always thought that even like in like years ago, I've always thought like every time a Padres pitcher comes into an All-Star game, they always seem to like give up runs. I remember like Chris Young
yeah,
got gave up runs a while back. I think like Hoffman, he fell because we
Drew
all seem,
Pomeranz.
yeah, we seem to always have relievers in the All-Star game, and they just always seem to get hit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was kind of funny. Um,
I was like, yeah, that's
but
why when everybody
whatever.
was like, oh yeah, Swear should have just gotten locked out. That little clip that was so funny. I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
he should have just got locked out of the he should have gotten locked out of
that
the
was
bullpen.
hilarious. Yeah,
Yeah, it had to be us, of course, which is so
that's definitely
funny.
going to get some use. Well, hopefully not by, hopefully not by us in the near future, but
I know.
it does have potential.
Yeah.
One thing I was going to bring up is, let's say you were the manager of one of those teams. Let's say you were the manager of the National League. Who would you pick for your three home run hitters if you were in charge? I'll be the AL.
Schwarber for sure.
Okay, yeah, that's an easy one.
Yeah. But I would love to see Tatis if he's
That
not
that would have been one I would have picked if,
Swamp
assuming
Thing.
he was there.
Yeah.
I was kind of when they were announcing the names, I was been like Tatis, 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 but
Yeah. But okay, well, real quick, before I pick my third one,
Mhm.
like if they all leave, like when instances like this and they need people and these players all leave, like that loses the fun itself too,
Right.
right?
Well, now that this was a hit and people know it exists, I'm
Yeah,
sure in future All-Star games they're going to stop people from leaving in the
yeah,
event that something like that could happen. So I'm surprised Tatis hasn't done the Derby yet. I know he's either always hurt or in trouble
yeah.
or whatever else. I know he said he was getting like oblique cramps recently,
Yeah,
which is why he
uh,
didn't want to do it this year.
I'm surprised we're not hearing more of that. Like, what's going on there? Like,
Yeah,
well, maybe we could talk about that later. I don't know, but if that was brought up, and I'm surprised that's not talked about more,
yeah,
or reason it may be affecting whatever's going on in this game
yeah. I
right
mean,
now.
his power seems to be gone, so that and nobody
Yeah,
seemed to follow up on that.
yeah. And there's like a oblique epidemic in the league right now too. Like every
Yeah.
day I've seen like oblique injury. Like Wyatt Langford has like an oblique injury every other day. So I don't know. But
Bro has
let's get
weak obliques.
yeah. My third, I don't know. My third. I feel like AL for me has more guys that I would love to see.
I know who I would pick in the National League.
Who?
Otani.
I mean, that's like all that's a given though,
Yes,
right? Yeah.
I mean that's the first one that came into my head.
Yeah.
For the AL, I would probably pick, I mean, Judge, and then I'd probably pick somebody like, you know who I bet would be good is he's not really like a household name, but like
Mhm.
he may have not even been an all-star, so I guess he wouldn't be an option. But Vinny Pasquantino
Yeah.
on the Royals.
Sasquatch. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, a big
Yeah.
old, just a big
Yeah.
burly guy.
Oh, he was so funny though. I'd rather have him tweet
He's a
live.
character. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He was
He's a
so
he's a
funny.
character.
Yeah.
He's somebody. People talk about the Royals might be sellers. I was thinking earlier. I was like,
Oh,
I wonder if he'd be available.
yeah. I mean, if they're selling anybody, I will take it.
Yeah, yeah.
That team, I will
Uh,
take anybody.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Um, who else? That's so Judge
Mhm.
Pascatino. How do you say his last name?
I don't know. I just call him Sasquatch.
Okay, that works too.
Tascatino? Yeah.
Oh, and then Raleigh,
Oh yeah.
Raleigh.
Raleigh.
That'd be a good three. I
No,
don't
that's a
think
good three.
I don't think that would get beaten, but yeah, who knows? People after they play might just say, "Hey, I'm done. I don't want to swing anymore. I don't want to hurt myself." Uh, but yeah, like I said, that was a success. I thought that's what people were talking about most after
Yeah.
the game. So hopefully next year they can extrapolate on that and
Yeah.
do more from it. So
Yeah. Because I've seen like from people that don't even watch baseball. Like I've seen people
mhm.
from like the NBA side of Twitter, like they locked in too for that. They're like, well, this is so cool. Like they got interested. I was like, you guys never talked about baseball in my I've seen in my life. So for them to get interested, it's like, okay, like grow it. Like I just want LB to just keep growing this game. Like they could do so much with it. But
Exactly.
it's fun. Next year's gonna be in Philly though, right?
I don't even
Or
know.
something?
Is it?
Oh, I think so. I'm making things
Sure.
up, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That's a big market. There'll be a lot of
Yeah,
people there. That's a good hitters park. Should be not too difficult to hit home runs there. So we shall see.
I think fun. Yeah, I don't know when it's ever gonna go back to San Diego, but
Hopefully not too much longer. I know we had it not that long ago, but you got to imagine the league would want it back here more than it would want it to be in, I don't know, a
somewhere
lesser
cornfields.
desirable area.
Yeah,
Yeah. It seemed like it was a big hit when it was here in 2016, and now there's, the fan base is more so than it ever was.
hmm
So you got to think it would do just as well. Hey, speaking of lists, speaking of tiers, let's play a new game. Okay, this is a new
okay,
segment of the Pimptacular podcast. Okay, we just picked our three home run hitters that we would
okay,
want in a home run hitting derby. So let's take that same idea. Let's do a San Diego list. All right, three restaurants that if
okay.
somebody from out of town was visiting and you had to wow them. You had three chances to wow them. What are the three spots that you're taking this friend to just knock their socks off? I have three, but do you want to go one at a time or should we go one, two, three, one, two, three? I can go
Let's
first if you'd like me to go first.
yeah, go first as you're putting me on the
Okay.
spot real quick. Even though you have
Okay. Okay.
three, so let me think about this.
You can Google real quick if you feel like you need to. I'll
Okay,
stall. Um, number one, best meal I've had um, in town. has to be Cali. I don't know if you've ever been.
I wanted to go there.
I've seen Jake Cronenworth and like
Yeah.
Joe Musgrove promote it here and there. I went a few months ago with some friends, and the location is kind of unassuming in downtown. And even the interior, it's very nice, but it's
Hmm.
not like the most elegant, extravagant location ever. But man, the food was so insanely good. We got a ton of it, and yes, it was very expensive, but um, not as some of not as expensive as some of these other places I've been to. Um, it was awesome. If you're looking for a new place, that's got to be my number one.
That's on my list.
Um,
It's like Mediterranean food or something, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The way, I mean, they had like a vegetable plate, like with carrots and cucumbers and like radishes and stuff, things that no normal person would ever get excited about. But the way
Yeah.
they like prepared it, salted it, it's just the freshest veggies you've ever had. It was
Mm.
insane. Um, that's my number one. Number two, this is another popular place, Cesarina. That is a place in Point Loma. Seafood, Italian, just insanely high quality. Again, fairly pricey, but I've had more expensive meals that were not as good. And so that would be my number two. Have you heard of that place?
Yes. I've
Yes.
seen it on Yelp when I was looking up Italian food.
Yeah. If you've ever been, that's another good one.
Yeah.
So they have a sister restaurant called Elvira in, I think, near Ocean Beach area. Not nearly as good. Still quite good, but you hear sister restaurant of Cesarina and you think it's going to be amazing. No, not as good. And then my third, this one's not quite as nice, but I just like the vibes a lot and I thought it was really fun, is Lumi in the gas lamp.
Oh, I like Lumi.
You've been there before?
Yeah, I like
It's
Lumi.
awesome. Yeah,
Were you
it's
on the
yummy.
rooftop? Yeah, 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 yeah.
We've been there. We've been there twice, and yeah, it's not like it's not on the same quality level as like a Cesarina or a Cali, but just I
Hmm.
like the vibes. It's still yummy. The drinks are good. I'm just in a good mood when I'm there, and they've got their
Yeah.
little yummy little fish pizza thing, and I'm a fan. So those would be my three. Honorable mention didn't make the list. This was one of our most recent expensive date nights. Mr.
Oh, the view is so nice up there.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And Mallory is a like prefers ambiance to like quality food.
Yeah.
She's like if a place has cool vibes and a pretty setting, like I'll eat just French fries. I just like sitting in pretty places.
Yeah. That sounds like me.
So the view was awesome, but man, the meal was insanely expensive and it was really good, but just not the best. And when you're paying that much money, you want it to be the best, and it was not.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard the food's not good. It's just the views, it's what you that's what you go
Right.
for, right?
That's what you go
Yeah.
for. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it was great. Your turn.
Okay. There's a third spot in my head though, and I don't know the name, but it's right across from Lumi. But
Oh, okay. Well, do the other two
okay.
first.
My first one, I'm a steak girl. I do love Cowboy Star.
Really
Yeah, I love Cowboy
interesting.
Star. Yeah,
I
Cowboy
haven't been
Star.
there.
Yeah. It's weird. I have like three steak spots, so I can't really say that's my number one, but I love Born and Raised. You can't go wrong with Born and Raised at all.
You put Cowboy Star above Born and Raised.
I don't know. I thought that, but like I would put Born and Raised first, but I feel like Cowboy Star is more. I don't know if somebody out of town, I'm not gonna take them to some. I mean, suggest something so expensive like Born and Raised. Like Cowboy Star
Right,
is
right.
expensive, but it's just like it's the medium to me.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because I would suggest Rare Society too. I don't know if you've been to
Really,
Rare Society. Yeah,
I haven't.
yeah. With mashed potatoes if you ever go. But yeah, that's good. My second would be, ooh, I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know if you've ever been, it's like Serrero Mia or something. It's
Mm,
Italian spot in South Park.
hmm
Really good, really like affordable, and it's really good. It's always busy. I don't know how to pronounce it. Pizzero or Piece something, but Mia.
We'll list it. We'll list it in the description of the video.
Yeah, if you guys listen, you guys would probably know what I'm talking about. But
Yeah,
that's in South Park. My third is the spot right across from me. I'm blanking out the name.
it's in the gas line.
Yeah, it's
What kind of
right
food is
across
it?
from me. It's there's seafood and stuff like that. They have like the rock chip. They have like raw fish, like sashimi, sushi, and all that too.
It's
Man, I'm
not
blanking.
like there's one that just closed recently that I never heard anything good about. Not the seafood place.
It's like right across from Lumi. That's all I know. And it's like, oh yeah, wait, lionfish. That's what the name is. Lionfish.
Lionfish. I've
I'm
heard good
on
things
it.
about that spot.
Yeah, it's really good. You guys should go. I love
Yeah.
like sashimi there was good. And I'm not a raw fish person, and for me to say
Mm,
that, the rock shrimp, so good. Like, yeah, you guys should give it a try.
interesting. Maybe we'll do a live broadcast there one of these days. Maybe they'll sponsor
Yeah,
us.
with like Joe Dream. No, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of
I'm
Joe
just
Dreams,
kidding.
you guys had a little bit of an incident over for the
The
All-Star
All-Star
break,
break.
and since our last podcast, please, what happened with you and our good friend?
I honestly don't know. I honestly was sitting in traffic. I was late to start watching the All-Star, or it was like the All-Star game. And I was
Hmm.
thinking, like, oh, it would be nice to have, the All-Star game come back to San Diego in traffic. And yeah, and then I said, I wouldn't want him representing our city
Right.
and did not tag him, but I did not know that that tweet was just gonna send out like go off in San Diego. Everybody was agreeing, so you guys can't. If anything happens to me, you guys are all backing me up here. I'm not gonna be alone in that. Okay, so, but yeah, I don't know how. Then later, he obviously seen the tweet. His cult found me too. I don't know, and they started quoting his lines. You know it, you could say it, but and then started just like responding to everybody, telling people like they should live Joe dreams. And I was like, no, we don't want to live that way. And it's just like, I don't want you to represent our city, like, because you can see him falling victim all the time as well. So I'm just like, no. But yeah, that's just our little thing. And now I'm on his probably hit list or something.
Yeah. Wow, that was really mean of you.
What?
Whenever people I go with like non-online Padre fans to like
Yeah.
baseball games, there's like been a few times where we've like either walked past him or he's come up in a conversation. I'm like, oh yeah, Joe Dreams. He follows me on Twitter. Obviously, non-online people aren't impressed by that. And even
Yeah.
online people probably aren't very impressed by that either. But he does. He seems nice enough. I just think you got to live Joe Dreams train. I think that's what you
Do
got to do.
I? I feel like doing too much to love Joe Dreams, to be honest. It's just too much. There's
I
limits.
wonder
There's
what his
limits.
his end goal is. Is this what he's destined to do forever? Just the rapping post game,
Yeah.
or is there an album coming? Is there a mixtape on the way? I do appreciate him just doing that and not like trying to shove a mixtape in my face
Oh
like
yeah, like
and the
the
gaslight. That always
haven't
is
said yeah, the common thing. Yeah.
um,
Um, I have that too, but I also feel like his pinned tweet is him doing the same thing in New York after a
yes,
Mets game
that's right.
and him getting
And someone
pushed.
tried
But
to
it's
fight him.
like, yes, but then it's like that. Why would you think that's a good idea to do on opponent's territory?
Sometimes you just got to be a little antagonistic and get on people's nerves. And he just
Are
that's
you
his calling.
supporting him here
Listen, Trank, I've been meaning to tell you this. You're being replaced.
by
Joe
Joe
Dreams,
Dream?
Joe Dreams is my new co-host.
Good luck getting ratings on here.
Wow, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna be in front of San Diego Council. It's Joe Dreams versus Twitter Train anytime soon. And
He's like an undercover judge.
yeah, and my co-host here won't
Uh,
back me up because he supports Joe
that
Dream.
I wonder if so. Here's what I'll do. If I ever see him at a game, because I've never interacted with him in real life,
Hmm.
and I say, "Hey, what's up?" and give him a fist bump, if he recognizes me, then he's my friend and he's cool. If he doesn't like acknowledge who I am and if he doesn't remember me, then then I'm on your side.
That's
How's that sound?
so unfair. I hope you come with this little gimmick you have on the rest
If
every
he
time you
if
go to
he
plug you.
recognizes me in this, then that's like double points. That's like
Okay, no, then that's when he's your friend.
that's
Otherwise,
right.
back me up. But anyways, enough of
Guys,
that.
it's fine. Joe Dreams will not be coming on the show anytime soon
Oh my
unless
God, he's
he
gonna have
pays
to find
us.
this episode, and we're gonna have beef all over again. Oh, you're gonna see about Comic-Con.
He'll probably be there. He will probably be there. If I had to guess.
Okay, well, hope he recognizes you.
Yeah, we'll
But
see.
anyways, enough of me and beef with Joe Dreams. Let's give the people what they want and why they're here. Let's get into the Padres. I thought, I honestly, uh, I honestly had hope that things were going to change after the All-Star break, especially the schedule after facing the Nationals again and the
Mhm.
Marlins. But that's not what, there's no difference really. But anyways, you want to start us off? What do you think?
Yeah, after that first game against the Marlins, because we won the series previously, so we won like three out of our four out of the break, feeling good. And it's like we got two more against the lowly Marlins. They're not very scary. We look like our pitchers are hitting the stride. Offense is doing what it needs to do. And then like Tuesday, can't do anything offensively until the last inning, where it was too little, too late. And then today it was just more of the same thing. Just can't sustain rallies, can't get anything going. Marlins just get one home run to be the difference after another Manny Machado error. And it's just crazy how fast it flips. I mean, if we recorded this 2 days ago, we'd be doing backflips,
Yeah.
cartwheels, we'd be singing everyone's praises, and now it's just like
Did you need to do that?
it's just
I don't
this
know if
team
you, I don't
drives
know
me
why you,
insane.
hold on. No, I don't know why you think that was funny.
No,
Like,
what do you mean?
what you just did. Like, why did you have to do these things, Jeremy?
I'm
Like, I don't.
frustrated. My
Okay.
team's losing, Train.
Okay. Well, we can keep
If
going.
you were a real fan, you'd flip out of your chair right now.
Yeah, I'm a real fan, so I'm gonna sit here and vent about it. I'm not gonna do whatever you just did, try to do a backflip or with your chair and
I'm just, I can't watch this offense for much longer.
yeah.
Trenton Brooks getting at bats in like meaningful spots,
My God. Yeah.
it drives me up a wall. It makes me want to flip out of my chair again, but I won't do it this time.
What a taste.
Um, and it's the same story with like the catchers catching situation. I won't bring up the other guy, but just I mean, we hear about the planning and the prepping that the catchers do. I just can't imagine that that's not the pitching coach's job, that there's other coaches that can do that same thing. You know, when your offensive and defensive metrics are so poor and then
Hmm.
we lose the game, like I don't believe and I don't care about the prep that goes into the game. That should be the pitcher's job, or the pitching coach's job, or other assistant coaches. Like let them prep the pitcher and let the players perform well on the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and now AC's talking about how they might not make a change at catcher after all, or they just keep going on about how well, how much they admire the prep that the catchers are doing. It's exhausting. Yeah, these last two games really sucked the wind out of our sails, and it's unfortunate. How are you
Yeah.
feeling?
Same way. Like I said, I thought this new episode of our podcast was gonna be more light to
We
it.
were so close. This was
Yeah.
almost a celebratory road to the playoffs
Yeah.
podcast.
Like the first game after the break, I was like, wow, okay, these guys are refreshed, you know?
Yeah.
But then second game, obviously, I don't know, like these games that are we're losing by one runs. Every time I look at the
Yes.
runners in scoring position, like it's like 1, 4, 7, 8. It's like, and the thing is, like, for some reason, I think I like checked the stats earlier. Like the last 20 games versus Marlins, we have like a 12-8 record versus them, and that dates back like to 2022. So
Mhm.
I don't understand like why we're also always playing this close to Marlins either.
Right.
But like, but then the last 3 years, we had a better roster in my opinion. Even now, I just feel like how can 1 through 6, like where are you guys?
Yeah.
And then but the weird part is we've been like shitting on Diaz and Maldonado's offense, but they're the one
Mhm.
that feels like they've been doing more.
They've had a good few games for sure.
Yeah, it's just like it's switched, and it's just like obviously defense needs a lot of work on, but it's like
Yeah.
why are they carrying? It's like once they get on base and we want the top of the order to get it going, they can't. And it's just
Yeah.
like like I said, I think I've said this a few times already. I feel like the top of the order, maybe 1 through 4, maybe 5 and 6, or top five on paper in the league, but that's not showing at all. It's just like
No.
it looks so weak. And as much as I feel like, yes, we do need one or two bats to fix that, but what if we get those 22 bats and it just feels useless that top of the order isn't doing what they're supposed to? Like,
Yeah.
then what? Because it just feels like they've died for like 2 months already. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, when we lose by one run, like we had,
Yeah.
like we've done these last two games, it's hard not to be like, oh man, what would Luis Robert Jr. do in those situations? Like, would the results be different, or a Jaron Duran, and then maybe a few bats later, like a even like a who do people like a Mike Talkman or a
Mm-hmm.
Tommy Pham, not a superstar name, not a big name, not an impact bat, but just somebody who can like work a count for
Yeah.
a little bit or make some decent contact. Basically, anyone who's not like a Trenton Brooks or like a Tyler Wade and Tyler Wade has value in some aspects, I suppose. He has speed. He has taken walks in some big at bats for us this year. He's had a couple big hits, but it's just we just need more consistency and it's been a story all year is us not being able to sustain rallies, not really being able to start rallies consistently
Yeah.
because if a guy or two gets on,
Just died.
somebody slumping is going to come up, or somebody who
Mm.
can't hit is going to come
Yeah.
up, and I do think the addition. I think we need two bats. I definitely think we need two new
Mm-hmm.
hitters in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to make a big difference because I think it's going to elevate and give more opportunity to everybody else in the lineup to come through as well. So I don't think it's just, plug a new guy in and hope that they carry the team. I do think adding a hitter who can hold their own is going to help everybody else in the lineup, take some pressure off of everybody else. And it's going to be kind of like a trickle effect,
Yeah.
and help everybody in that standpoint. So
Yeah.
hopefully,
Yeah, I agree with that. But it's like, I don't know. I know this is like, I just feel like what we've seen, like body language wise, everyone's like, shut off. Like, it's
yeah,
been like 2 months of this though. So I don't, like, I get it if like they were doing hot and all of a sudden, like, they're on this like weird, like losing streak and their body language is off. But it's just like, obviously, Tatis is not his whole self. We can tell, we can say
yeah,
that. And then obviously Merrill's not there. I mean, yeah, I get he's sick, but there's just I feel like there's more than that right now.
yeah.
I don't know. And then the whole Trent Brooks thing, I don't get why Mike Schultz just feels the need to just keep plugging him in these like situations. It's like, are you holding his news hostage that you're getting all these opportunities? Like, I don't understand. Like he always gets it. Like if
There's
it's
very
not Johnson,
obviously some blackmailing situation going on here.
yeah,
Needs to
yes,
be investigated.
yes. We're like I'm like the Pablo Torre of baseball right now. Like I'm just trying to do investigative journalism on this.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just so weird.
Dennis
Like I
Lynn,
think
find those nudes and
yes, Dennis Lynch.
get in on that.
Yeah, because I think it's out there or something. Because there's no
Yeah.
way that you're just and then but the weird thing is like we obviously haven't seen Tyler Wade as much, and I feel like I just feel like he brings more value defensively because he can play anywhere defensively, right?
Yeah.
But that no, and I think we know that the bench bats were good during spring training. Like we were gonna go into the season with terrible bench pieces already, but this is way worse than what was expected.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but with all these like trade talks, like any names new or that you would want to switch up now since the last episode?
Yeah, I feel like there's like kind of like sections in terms of like unrealistic players who I would want, realistic players who maybe aren't quite as exciting, but who could provide value and who could give us a boost, and then very realistic options that I don't want. And one name that I think is unrealistic, but I would love and I think would be a great fit, and I don't think should be a out of this world crazy get is your good friend Byron Buxton. I don't know if I stole that from you, but I mean, if you look at the Twins lineup, he's like the only one that's like above average or, at least well above average. So I don't know if that's the Twins plan is to just have him as the only good hitter for the foreseeable future. But
Yeah.
to me, it would make sense to ship him off and get some younger pieces in return and go into a little bit of a rebuild. It doesn't look like they're going anywhere this year in terms of like the playoffs. So he's a guy that he was pretty adamant. I don't know. I'm sure you saw his interview at the All-Star game where he's like, "I'm a Twin for life.
That
I have a
broke
no
me.
trade. Yeah, I have a no trade clause." That
Yeah,
sounded pretty real. That didn't sound like, but you never know. But you never know.
business is
Maybe
first.
he's lying.
Yeah,
He'd be someone who would be awesome. That would change a lot. Realistically, and someone who I think could add a lot is someone like a Taylor Ward from the
oh,
Angels.
love that. Yes,
That would be really cool. I'm not sure what his contract situation looks like, but he just seems like he would fit. I'd
yeah,
take Mike Trout if the Angels were looking to get rid of him as well from the same
yeah,
team.
yeah,
Um, I don't think they're going to do that, but someone like that, like a Taylor Ward or a Luis Robert, strong right-handed power hitter, probably going to strike out a lot. Not going to hit for a high average, but if you can hit a home run every few games, like that's what we've been needing.
yeah,
If we have somebody who could just hit a home run these last two games, story might be different. And then kind of like my nightmare of who I think we might get to like give this team a boost is Corey Lee from the White Sox, who I had not heard of before a week ago,
yeah,
but just a light hitting catcher from the White Sox seems to have no real impact with his bat. Would he be better than Maldonado or Diaz?
yes,
Sure, possibly. Probably better defensively too. It'd be nice. I mean, the bar I feel like for Maldi and Diaz is so low. Getting somebody who's like significantly better would give the team a big boost. Getting someone who's like a little better, I'll take it, but
yeah,
it's not gonna. I don't know. I'm not gonna flip out of my chair about it, if you will. Who are
yeah.
some people you? I thought that would get a bigger laugh. I thought I'd catch you off guard with that. I didn't think you'd be so. I didn't think I'd give you the ick so much.
What part?
My chair flip. I thought
I
you'd be
mean,
impressed.
I mean, I was like, you're gonna hurt yourself. One, you're gonna do. I mean, I think I'm just used to it by now. That I'm just like, what is going on now? You know? Like,
Well, I got to keep you on your toes somehow. I'll think of something more dangerous next time. Um, okay, your turn. Who do you want? Who's going to help us? Who's going to save us, Trey?
well, like you said, I've always wanted Byron Buxton. That's
Hmm.
something I've been vouching for 8 years, right?
Yeah.
I feel like obviously, like he's been injured so often, but knock on wood on everything this year is like people get to see the health in him, and I feel like that's what I've seen from him. And I was looking at the numbers today; it's crazy because like a 6 WAR, but with a 92 WRC plus. And I was like, what is going, like this is, he's incredible. It's incredible. Like those numbers are
Yeah.
incredible. And, but like you said, like that little speechy or little interview that he had about he's going to be loyal to the Twins and whatnot. Like I see that, but if it comes down to business, could the team just ship him off,
Right.
kind of thing? And doesn't have a say for it.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
if he wants to win, I mean, I don't know how well the Twins are set up for the future. Like, wouldn't
Yeah.
you want, a better chance at some, an extended playoff run? Um, Maybe not though.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just comfortable where he is and he's just fine
Yeah.
doing what he
And I
does. So
get like the family
yeah.
there dynamic. You don't want to move your kids. I get it. But like quote unquote you're getting older,
Hmm.
like in
Yeah.
like baseball years. Yeah, why wouldn't you want to go somewhere that's more you have a chance of winning or like a team that's actually trying to grow or build?
Yeah.
um and especially the fact that I've seen like I think Royce Lewis is slowly starting to pick up
Mm,
again,
yeah.
so it's just like come there's like value there right now. But
He's awesome. Just made of glass. He's just like, I don't know if you can trust him to stay healthy for
yeah,
more than a little bit, but when he's healthy, man, he's so good.
yeah, I
Continue.
mean just like Buxton, right? But healthy Buxton, what Buxton's been in the league for like maybe almost 10 years. And look at him on year what 8. He's just
Yeah.
he's actually that's when you I feel like that's when you know a player's actually good. After all these injuries that like could be weighing you down, he's still getting better. Like healthy him is better. And obviously the names that keep circling around, I don't know. I have no say in it. That's why I haven't said anything because I was like, I just need someone that's like you said, I don't need the biggest name. I just need someone to be productive enough to at the plate, good plate discipline at least, get the walk in or I need an RBI guy. And I know
Yeah.
people are talking about Stephen Kwan. Like,
Mm.
how do you feel about that?
Um, I think Stephen Kwan is a great player. Super, super, super solid offensively. Not a ton of
Mhm.
pop, but I just don't think he's what we really need right now. We have
Yeah.
people who can hit singles, who are fast. Um, he kind of reminds me of Durant a little bit. So I don't know if there's a theme with
Mm.
some of those rumors
Okay.
of kind of some like left-handed hitter, not a ton of pop, but super athletic, fast. I think that makes sense as an Arise replacement if he were to leave next year. But having them both on the same team, I wouldn't get mad about it, but I just don't think that fits what we need as much as some of these other players.
Yeah, and
But
I agree that.
he's a
Yeah,
good player.
go ahead. Yeah, and the weird thing is, I know our rise is probably done with the most of us. Like we're good off him, but it's like, yeah, to see right now, like him hitting singles, getting on base, him hitting singles, but no one's saving him, which sucks. It's like he looks like he's carrying the team right now, even though as much as people
Yeah.
hate his like approach at the plate, but he's just like getting on. That's what nobody else is doing,
Mhm.
and it's like no one's saving him. So it's like, would you have him lead off again, or what would you do there?
Yeah, I just wish he was faster. It'd be so
Mm,
cool if he could like steal a base after hitting a single.
yeah,
I do feel like they've been trying that more lately. I don't know if you've noticed that, but it feels like he's
yeah,
been stealing more these last few games,
yeah,
trying to steal more. I think he got thrown out once, but made it another time. I mean, ideally, I think ideally Arise leads off and then
yeah,
Tatis hits second
yeah,
with the hope of a two-run homer, but Tatis isn't hitting for power right now. So
yeah.
it's just kind of like what gives you the better chance? Like, you know, Arise getting on and then Tatis bringing them in, or Tatis getting on and Arise bringing them in.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
true.
Um,
But like, it's
so
like I
yeah,
don't need Tatis to hit for power right now. I just need him to. I know, which is crazy to say, but I just feel like the way this team is going right now, I just feel like I need just I need those RBIs, just like a
yes,
single, like a power, quote unquote power bunch of innings, and we're not getting those anymore. I'm good with small ball right now, but we can't even get the small ball going. Um, yeah, I don't.
he needs to lead the league in smiles and not frowns. Not needs to cut down on his pouts
Yeah,
for at bat.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, if his body language is off, he's not
Yeah.
there. And I know that's probably affecting his game too. So I don't really know. But I also have a question at the catcher position. I know Adley is a talk too. Like, do you like Adley
Yeah,
or no?
he'd be someone that I'd take a shot at. I mean,
Yeah.
he's had great success in the past, but what if Schilt doesn't like how he prepares for games? Or what if the pitching staff prefers throwing to Maldonado, you know? So I don't know if that's something they could check on or dive into before a trade happens, but it seems like that's a big point of emphasis for the team. So it's like, well, yeah, bring him in, but I don't want him, splitting time with one of these other catchers. I hope he would catch like the vast majority of games. So
Yeah. Because I feel like clearly they love Maldonado so much. Is there truth into the whole Maldonado? Was it AC that put that out?
in what thing in particular?
Like they don't want to like trade him or he's not to be touched or something, or
It
what was
sounded
it?
like there wasn't like AC's hard to take seriously because it feels like he kind of flip-flops on a
Exactly.
lot of his takes.
Yeah.
Um, but the last I heard is just they just love him and they think he provides a lot to the pitching staff. So I honestly don't know. I don't know if they're looking to upgrade a catcher anymore. There's just not a ton of options right now. They said Sean Murphy won't be traded.
That sucked for me. I was
Yeah,
like, dang, that
that
sucks.
was the bummer.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is that we've got like 7, 8 days to get this sorted out. We're not going to have to wonder for much longer. Our next podcast will be discussing our acquisitions.
Yeah. Because no
So
one's like
that's exciting too.
wowing me right now, except for names that haven't been brought up, like
Mm,
Taylor Ward, and that's stuff like
yeah,
that. And I just like, we're not, doesn't seem like that's even possible.
right.
Oh, and speaking of, before I forget, news about a possible Dylan Cease trade.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts? Like, would you like him to be traded or keep him the rest of the season?
I honestly would prefer to keep him. for this year
Okay. Okay.
because I think there's a chance because we just saw it last start against the Nationals. I think he dominated,
Hmm.
right? He has
Yeah.
that in him. He's been that guy for most of the year. I think there's more value in him regaining that for a playoff push than whatever we can get for 2 months of him.
Mm.
I don't know. We're not going to get. I don't. I don't think you can get a Jaron Duran
Yeah.
for 2 months of Dylan Cease or Stephen Kwan. So the only team that's going to want Cease is a team that's going to the playoffs. So they're gonna, it's kind of tricky because it's going to be a situation where both teams are trying to get better. I can't see. And we talk about replacing Dylan Cease with like Charlie Morton, who's like his
No,
40s.
that's a no for me, to be honest.
I mean, Charlie Morton versus the Dodgers in a playoff series sounds like a nightmare, and so does Cease. But
Okay, but I would rather have Eric Lauer back if that's the case.
right, if those are our options.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just no, I don't really want to trade Cease because there's a chance that he does something and regains form.
Yeah.
I just don't think whatever we trade him for is going to be impactful enough to help us. So like, who could you even theoretically get for 2 months of Dylan Cease with his what 4.5 ERA? Hasn't shown much this year. Like, who's going to give up a stud hitter or
Oh,
even a reliever? So because of that, I just say let's just keep him. Hope he figures it out. Maybe get another starter so he doesn't have
yeah.
the pressure of being like the ace going into a playoff series.
Hmm.
Find ways to like use him creatively. So maybe he's not like a full starter, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or find a way to like I don't know hide his flaws from a team that would kill him otherwise. So I don't
Yeah.
know. That's kind of where I'm at. I mean, I mean, if you trade him and then like I don't know, what if like Darvish or King stays hurt, then you're gonna have a playoff series with like or like what if Pivetta gets hurt?
Yeah, that would suck.
It's just too risky to me.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I agree with that. But the thing is, like we said, like I just because to me, because he's just had a great national start, like obviously that's what the Cease we want to see. But I
Hmm.
just like maybe he's just really solid there,
Yeah,
because obviously that's where the no hitter was. And today he started off with two walks, and he didn't have the best day today, to be honest. And
yeah,
it's just like okay, now he's back to his old self. But like I do agree, there's like I guess no quote unquote rental player, I guess that we can get that would be like I guess Cease equivalent in what's necessary for the playoffs.
yeah.
But I also don't like, yeah, and also my fear is that King's injury to me shouldn't have been this long. It's supposedly, it's because he slept wrong, and that's obviously total bullshit. Because if that's the case, that would have been over for like a few weeks already.
Right.
But we obviously don't have, I don't think, updates on that, right? And
He's
so,
hilarious how he's always like, "Oh yeah, I'll pitch again this season. Definitely. No worries." It's like there's not a ton of season left. Like
no,
you're
it's
not even you're not
August
even
next
really
week.
you're not yeah, you're not throwing off a mound as far as I know. Like
Yeah,
so your confidence is starting to scare me a little bit because we're running out of time here. Um,
exactly. So that's what's in my head. And that's another reason why, I mean, as much as I want to trade, I feel like Cease value high, whatever we can get. But it's just like at the end of the day, who are we getting? Because obviously, like you said, the whole King situation. August is next week.
yeah,
We have probably like 2 months until, and
mm,
it's like a most aggressive playoff run right now because we're just sitting on the wild card waiting what against Mets and the Brewers and like the Cardinals.
yeah,
And I don't know, like I feel like pitching wise, we can't lose anybody right now because
yeah.
I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, I just maybe you could trade one of the relievers. But again, it's just like, if somebody else goes down, it's so risky. It's just safer to deal from the minors, from the prospect list. So, but
Yeah.
then that's a whole let's save that for next week because well, no, there's not going to be a next week because well, we'll be past the deadline. I'll just say that, it doesn't sound like they're going to trade DeVries. I don't think anyone's going to trade for Salas. I mean, maybe they will, but Salas hasn't played all year because his back is broken. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's not healing correctly, right? Or something, or there's
It's
a,
just not healing as quick as they hoped, or
yeah,
so he's just, and I don't know if that hurts his like long-term projections. Like I don't know how many 18-year-olds have a stress fracture in their spine and what that
yeah,
does for their like projections. That
that's
doesn't
terrible.
sound good.
No, because I mean, look at you, Darvish. I mean, I get you, Darvish is older. Anybody knows some back issues is not
Yeah,
gonna go well. Not gonna
yeah.
go well.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's going to want him. It feels like his value is pretty low. We also have some other catchers in our system who are doing like really, really well.
Let me
Something
read
to
you.
keep in.
Oh
Yes, go ahead.
yeah, so let me read you this poem real fast.
Okay.
You
Whoa.
might like it. You ready?
Okay.
Oh, Campy, my king, my hero. We love you, and we will forever love you. El Paso is lucky to witness your greatness. Is that what you're talking about?
That is so true.
Thank
That's
you.
actually not even what I was talking about. I was talking about, I think, Lamar King. But I'm glad you're on the Campy train with me, train.
Oh no, no.
Oh, you were just trying to cheer me up.
Yeah, because I thought that's what you're gonna get into because obviously he's been killing it too.
Yeah, but that's what he always does. But I honestly don't think. I feel like they've kept him in the minors for if like Maldonado or Diaz get hurt, and they just haven't gotten
Yeah,
hurt this year. So they
no,
just, which is surprising. How do those old people not pull a hammy at some point?
I don't know because I feel like I can't
Lamar,
even get out of bed every day. But
exactly. Lamar King is in single A. He's a
hmm
21-year-old catcher. He's hitting 293 with a 380 on base percentage.
okay,
Uh, I mean, it's so I'm just, it's not like it's hopeless if we don't have, if Salas doesn't work out. Like, then
yeah.
there's the other guy in Double A.
Where is he at this in the ranked in the system though?
Who? Lamar King?
Yeah, does it say
I don't know if he's
high up or anything?
way up there. He's 29, so he's way down there.
Oh, okay.
Let's
It's
see.
crazy though because I just feel like I think we mentioned this that the reason why we got probably Maldonado was like just to hold, and I think they were
Hmm.
gonna try Ethan Salas this season,
Yeah.
but obviously that's not gonna work out, and maybe that's why they're. I mean, we can't take what AC's telling us, but maybe that's if they are like that's why they're holding on to Maldonado.
I don't know. So the catcher is Brandon Valenzuela. He
Okay.
is a 24-year-old catcher in Double A. It looks like he's cooled off a little bit. 235, 360. But this guy sucks. Never mind.
Oh my God, we're gonna lose followers off this.
I was all excited. I thought people say like, oh, I'll call up Brandon Valenzuela. And then last time I checked, I thought he was doing solid. I'm looking him up now. He's hitting 235, 316 on base percentage,
Oh,
711 OPS. What the?
uh,
All right, never mind.
wait, in
Scratch
this,
that.
wait, what is that? Like, what is the stats from? Is that like 7 day, 10 day, 20 days, or is
No,
that
that's
just?
the whole season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Forget that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna look into
Um,
trading, I think.
yeah. All right. Well, that's really funny. So I don't know. Just besides that, I mean, you've got a bunch of potentially interesting, prospects, the Cash Mayfields
Yeah,
and those types. I don't know if that's enough to get like a big name in here. Maybe it is. Depends on the market. There hasn't been like a ton of trades so far, so it's kind of hard to gauge like what a certain prospect is going to yield and
yeah,
what these bigger players are worth. It kind of
yeah.
changes year by year.
But I think I think because we have really great relievers, I think that
Mhm,
is like the selling point for us.
mhm. Yeah,
I know teams are always looking at like prospects or whatnot, but I think
yeah,
people are looking at are heavy on relievers this season too. So I think that's our selling point because what who can we give up?
yeah. I don't know. We've got a good bullpen. And we've got other pitchers in the minors who could get called up and replace a reliever if one were to get traded, like a
Hmm.
Jeremiah Estrada,
Okay.
for example, or even
Yep.
a Robert Suarez, if they want to cut back
Yeah.
on some cash, make a move elsewhere. But I don't know. I don't know, man. That's
I
just
don't.
they could probably do that. I think they could definitely make Morejon the closer. Trade Suarez.
We're gonna say about Adam, huh?
No, no, I don't think you trade more than one. I think you can trade only one. I don't know, like how much can you get for a closer?
I feel like
for
a
2 months of a
lot.
closer because I think he has a player option at the end of this year. And
Oh,
he's doing well, so he's going to opt out of that. And so you really only have him for 2 months, and he's going to get a good amount of money. We'll see. That's why it's not our job. Our job isn't to be general managers. Our job is to have a silly podcast, which is what we do, which is what we're good at. It's where we thrive.
yeah. That's all we got going for
Hey,
us. But I,
I'm just going to take this moment to. We're going to say something.
no, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, take your
I
moment.
was just going to take this moment to congratulate Gavin Sheets on the birth of his baby girl. Congrats
Okay.
to him. It's a
Yeah,
super big
congrats.
life achievement. That's awesome. I've already done that twice, so it's maybe to me it's not the biggest deal in the world because I'm just a regular guy. I don't play baseball for a living. So in that way, you can kind of say I'm better than him because I'm past that stage in my life now, and he's still back there. For him, I'm sure he feels great about that. So congrats to him.
Was that necessary?
I forgot he's struggling a little bit. Are you
He
worried
is.
about his
No.
performance at all?
No, but I just wonder what making him struggle.
Yeah. I'm
Like
sure
I
like
mean,
bringing life into the world probably adds some stress to your life?
is that what you go through? Is that why
Yeah.
you have,
That's why
that's
I'm
why
this
you need the
way.
attention too?
But I don't know, maybe once he gets a little more accustomed to the role, I don't know how involved you would be as a Major League Baseball player with a newborn on the road. So maybe that's just a convenient excuse for him. But yeah, I hope he's able to get back to what he was at the start of the year because he's in cleanup right now, so we kind of need him to be good, and he's kind of hit or miss a little bit.
I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, that I feel like everybody's hit or miss, but I just felt like I expect more of him. And I think I fell into the narrative of dad power, which
Yeah.
clearly does not exist anymore. Um,
I will
whatever
say that
you
I
said.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. It's just
I was
more
sorry.
baseball.
I was just gonna say I hate that Marlins Park. I hate playing there. That's such a hitter's park. It's so ugly. Feels
It
like
keeps balls
I
keep
don't know.
dying.
I know. So I'm glad to be going. I guess we're playing in St. Louis next, and it's going to be like 100 degrees. So hopefully that'll help offense. Um, as our DFS friends know, warm weather translates to so
Yeah, that's 4 game series there, right? So we'll
yeah,
see. Or let's can we just at least score more than 3 runs? Like I feel like that's our ceiling is 3 runs.
that would be
And
great.
it's just like I need four.
Yeah.
Need 4 or 5 or just
Uh,
clear the bases somehow.
yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. It's like we're hitting August next week and
Well,
maybe if
we
we get
might
off this
be.
podcast soon, there's gonna be a trade and we don't even know about it unless
I
you're
know.
already
I was
caught
just
up.
checking to just make sure. Like, wouldn't that be good content to react to something happening right now? It doesn't sound like it's happening, but um,
Okay.
I will say, well, next podcast should be it'll be like a whole different world because we should have several new players, so that'll give us lots to look forward to and discuss. So that's exciting. Hopefully, at least. Imagine he just does nothing. All that build
Yeah,
up,
and then
all
we're
that.
still bitching about Trenton Brooks
Yeah,
coming. Oh
trade deadline
God,
comes.
I
We're
feel
gonna
like
give
we're
Trenton Brooks full-time DH
yeah.
privileges.
Johnson gets DFA'd, but
Yeah.
but Trenton Brooks we have 5. But anyways, should we wrap this
Anyways,
podcast up?
I think so. Hey, guess what? I've got a great plan. We're gonna get
Okay.
sponsored by Cutwater Training. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Today's the
Okay.
day. You want to hear my plan? I have just purchased the domain cutwaters.com. Now, what Cutwater is going to do is they're going to beg me for that domain, and I'm going to dangle it over their head. And it's like, you want this so bad, don't you? I'll give it to you, but you have to sponsor the Pentacular podcast. What do you think?
Sounds like war. Sounds like a lawsuit. I don't know if this is a good idea.
How is it not a good idea? That is an important domain. It sounds just like their website. People probably click cutwaters.com probably 1,000 times a day, and it directs them to the wrong website. So now I have it. So I'm withholding their sales from them.
You're
Do you
like this,
not see how
you know
that
what?
works?
Okay, I see it, but you're like this mastermind. You know who you remind me of? You're Pinky in the Brain.
Yeah. Am I
You're like this
Pinky?
villain right now. Yes, you're like this villain right now, and I'm trying to catch up to you and what you're saying, and I'm so scared. I'm scared of my life. But yes, I think, okay, so if you're gonna buy this domain,
Hmm.
you're hoping
I'm gonna
they see
threaten
this.
them.
Oh,
Yes,
okay, maybe you shouldn't threaten them.
because I'm gonna say I'm gonna sell this to who's a competitor of Cutwater. Uh, I'm gonna sell it to White Claw.
White Claw, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say, hey, they're gonna have this domain if you don't sponsor our podcast and send us each a 4 pack. That's all
Oh,
we
damn
want.
it. Oh, damn
I'm
it. You know
determined.
what?
I'm determined for something like that to happen.
Okay, well, you know what? I think you
We
got me on board.
Padres and Playdates podcast. They got free merch. Hey,
What?
they're getting sent stuff. They don't have the clout that we have. They seem lovely, by the way. Big fans. But where's our merch? Where are we going to get the respect?
I know. Are they bringing their kids on? Is it Playdate as in like
Uh,
kids, their moms?
to be honest, I haven't watched a ton of it. I don't think there are children involved, but uh, I think the gimmick is that they're moms and they're also Padres fans.
Okay, well,
They seem great. They seem great. They like some of our videos. Yeah, so they're a force
shout
for
out to
good.
you guys.
We like them.
Okay, well, shout out to
Um,
you guys. But yes, I
yeah,
would love a Cutwater if you're listening. Please,
I'm
everybody
gonna get
knows.
on that soon. Oh, and
I've
then
been no, I'm just
no,
gonna
you go ahead.
say
I always cut you off, and then you say you go. No, this time you go.
no. I was just gonna say this whole Cutwater thing. I've had people on the East Coast on it that are NBA fans. So if you're listening, I'm not just branching out on baseball. I'm branching out on NBA too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I can have people vouch for that.
Strang,
Cutwater.
Strang, Strang reaches out to multiple different sports. So Cutwater,
Yeah.
don't miss this opportunity.
Yep.
That's really silly. Um,
But all right, Jeremy.
all
Yeah,
right.
like do this
Well,
whole,
hey,
to be a villain.
oh, tease for the future, guys. We're at 171 subscribers right now. Once we get to 200, we are given. We are gonna make some merch. We got a merch drop coming. Once we hit 200 subscribers, help us get to that goal. The sooner we get there, the sooner we can get on this. It's going to be so sick. You guys are not ready for what's coming. Pentacular podcast is blowing up. It's going to be insane.
For real. Like I can't wait. Please, please get us to 200. Thank you for your support. Especially I think it's because of all Jeremy's little shorts and stuff like that. So support that too.
I had a couple videos pop off on Instagram since our last show. So hopefully we'll take a couple clips from this podcast and I could put it on there and maybe those will blow
We
up.
get it. You're famous.
We'll
We
see.
get it. We get it.
Well, that's not what I was saying, but
We get it. You're famous. But anyways, you
I was
guys.
just saying we're blowing up is all.
Okay. Well, that's nice. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in again. If you haven't, like, subscribe our channel and get us to 200. Maybe another episode, the Padres will actually do better and make some acquisitions during trade. So thank you for supporting us. Go Padres.
Bye.